didn't ask that question before. Not an isekai, but it is definitely a revenge anime, and that is Jim Jam's chef's kiss right there. That's who I am. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Spoiler Warning by the Is It Isekai podcast. And what we got for you today is this show right here. As you can see behind me, we got some interesting cut-throughs. Trying a little something new again. We're going back to the old style where we had the background because YouTube doesn't like all the copyright of the lone image. So maybe this will work. We'll see. Anyways, as you can see behind me, we got a great show called My Gift Level 9099 Unlimited Gacha, Backstabbed in a Backwater Dungeon. I'm out for revenge. I know. That's a mouthful. That's what she said. Because this show is amazing, okay? It's not actually on Crunchyroll. It's on High Anime, probably. High Dive, whichever one. All the mixture of the different things. I just found it on my special site. Wink, wink. Okay, so this show is amazing. Is the question of the day, is it an isekai? The answer is no. It's not an isekai. Actually, not an isekai, which is very interesting because, once again, when it's not an isekai, it's usually some kind of fantasy adventure type deal. And, of course, that's what it is. We got magic. We got all the different kinds of demi-humans. We've got elves and orcs and all those other people as well. And, of course, we have a caste system. But in this case, the humans are actually on the bottom. A lot of them are the slaves of the world that we have here. And in this case, we got a guy called Light who travels out of his little home village, leaving his family, his siblings, and his parents, and decides to try to become an adventurer. But to his knowledge, he has a very weak power. There's a very skill that he has that is not great when you first meet him, and you realize that he's mostly right. It is a gacha power. That's why the name of the anime is called Gacha. Unlimited Gacha, because he can roll the gacha multiple times, which most Americans probably don't know what a gacha is. Just think of it as like the claw machine where you just get random stuff, but it's like the ball machine that they have in Japan. They actually have a bunch of stores where nothing but these. You just kind of put money in and hopefully you get something, and there's like different rarities of the different things. We actually have them some in America now. We have stores popping up, which is interesting because you just blow your machines on either claw machines or these gacha machines, and it's just random. I don't know. Kind of like low-key gambling a little bit, which I don't understand as well, but it's like, okay, we'll go with it. So what we have here, Light gets taken into the Concord of tribes. Concord of tribes. Even though he has a weak power, everybody thinks he has a thing called Maestro. So he's a special person called a Maestro that people think he is. So they get him into this little Concord of tribes to try to flesh him out and see if it's actually true or not. But as we see throughout the anime that, or the first episode, that nobody thinks that he is. And he's a human anyway, so everybody's like, whatever. And I will tell you, just to spoil you right off the bat, that we never figure out what a maestro actually is. We just know they have a lot of powers, and the descendants are like special people, usually not humans. Maybe like an elf or an orc or like a beast man or something. But it's found out that Light isn't a maestro ancestor. We don't even know. But the Concord tribes absorb Light into there, try to figure out who he is, and then they take him to the Abyss, which is a very big dungeon, very bad dungeon, and then they just kind of cast him out in there. They try to kill him, doesn't end up working. He gets thrown into the depths of the Abyss, but then lo and behold, of course, we found out his skill is amazing. As in the title, level 9,999, which is like the max level of this world, because everybody has different levels, and of course the humans don't really get up into the triple digits, and let alone the quadruple digits. That's correct. And he kind of breaks the system because not only is he maxed out, let's just say maxed out. There's too many nines, okay? 9. There's too many nines. Und nines are too many. And he manages to summon him a high-level maid who is maxed out, and he himself lives down in the abyss, gets stronger after like 2-3 years, and then has a bunch of maxed out people, or even like 5,000 people. His like low B team has 5,000, and everybody else around him, his high level maids and stuff, have all maxed out, and they're all high level, maxed out. He maxes out. Everybody maxes out, which is something that most people on the surface world think you can't do, which is like, okay, we're just gonna break the system, and then that happens. And then he builds up his whole little society, makes like a whole town down there in the middle of a dungeon. Even though it looks like he's on the surface level, I don't even know where all these other people came from. Are they like, they never actually say. Are they like inhabitants of just down there? They don't look human, okay? But they're just inhabitants. And then he just goes in and like tames all the high level monsters and ends up being higher level than the monsters. Libations. And being high level than the monsters that are down there, which is interesting. It's like, okay, you tame the monsters, they try to kill you, now you tame, okay. Whatever. Tame the monsters, they're all nice now. They stop trying to kill you. The story of this whole entire thing. And then cut to like the 3rd or 4th episode, he's finally ready to leave the dungeon and go out and try to kill the people that the Concord of Tribes members, pretty much all the races that are attached to them as well. If they don't like acquiesce or plead fealty to him. And especially the ones that are specifically in the Concord of Tribes. He's going to torture them because this is a revenge anime. Didn't ask that question before. Not an isekai, but it is definitely a revenge anime, and that is Jim Jam's chef's kiss right there. That's who I am. Didn't say that at the beginning either, like we usually do. Is it Isekai Podcast? Featuring co-host Jim Jam here, right in the middle of the episode, introducing myself, but that's totally fine. Anyways, Light comes out, and he goes and scouts everything. He has some of his maid people and everybody else on the team. That's you see a battle there with the elf hierarchy there, but they just get their butts whipped, which is all cool. It's great. But he finds out that humans are still slaves in general, even after the 2 or 3 years. Such a long time, 2 years, to get stronger. And he doesn't like what he sees, and he's trying to get more information in general, see how the state of the world is going on. He's like, does he need to burn it down? Burn it as in the world. He's going to just burn the whole world down, because as far as they know, nobody is at maxed out level 9,999. Like they are, him and his maids, and most of his kingdom. Doesn't actually say the people. It's so confusing because the people that live down there, how do they get down there? One, we asked that earlier, and two, what are their levels? What is the point of them being down there? All we know is they love Light. He is their Lord Light. Okay, little just on a pedestal there, and he has to go find his family, figure out what's going on, figure out where the rest of the Concord Tribes people are, so he can get revenge. There's a lot of torture that doesn't actually happen so much. He just alluded to, and yep, he goes down there and he goes out there and gets him. First one he gets is Garo. Garo's kind of the one that almost killed him the most out of everybody else, which is kind of messed up. And he has to get Garo first of all, and of course when he grabs Garo, he kind of like pees himself. That's an interesting animation, and which is great. Anytime somebody gets found out that they did a wrong thing, karma, and then they come around and find out that the person that they did the bad thing to are just way too strong. Of course, in anime, they must pee themselves, which is exactly what he does. And then he gets tortured. Garo's done. So now they have to go get the elf lady, Sasha, which is his love interest, or was his love interest in the Concord of Tribes, but she ends up screwing him over as well, so he's got to go get her. His family, he tries to find them in his home village, and he can't find his family. That's just up in the air. And he just goes around and befriends humans all over the world and tries to free them as well. Tasty. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this first season, which is kind of a tease as far as we're concerned. The really only thing we find out is his gacha powers are broken because he can roll it as many times as he wants. And if he's in a high density magic area like the bottom of the Abyss dungeon, then he can get high level pulls like a maxed out maid fighter lady and a bunch of them. So he apparently just rolled them a bunch of times, which I would like some backstory hopefully in the beginning of the second season. Can we get some backstory in the 2 years thing? Like he was just like really weak at first. His first maid, May, saves him. And then we fast forward to the beginning of the revenge after 2-3 years. So I would like some backstory. Like, where do these people come from that are living in this village? It makes no sense whatsoever. But we go straight into the revenge arc, which is great, which we'd like to see. Chef's kiss. Yummy. And we got 2 of the people out of Concord tribes. I believe there's a total of 9 in the whole entire thing. So there's a lot more series to go here. Hopefully that ends up being a thing in season 2, which we really hope is a thing. And then we want some backstory on the rest of the maids. Hopefully we flesh out like who the rest of his high-level people are. Can you go past level 9,999, or is that actually the maxed out level, which is interesting. Yeah. So, really hoping for season 2. My gift level 9,099. 999. Unlimited Gacha. Backstabbed in the backwater dungeon. And he's now out for revenge. Light, will you get it going? There's a whole plan of stuff going on. There's a whole tower in the middle of the Elven Kingdom. Will they kill all the elves, or will they leave them alive? How many monsters did he tame? What is going on with the beast lady that is just sucking up people in her arms and legs? It's kind of gross. Will we actually see some torture? This is not an adult anime, not uncensored or anything, which we wish it was, but still, it is not. They allude to the torture, but there's not actually torturing. I would say maybe sea level torturing so far, which is want to see more torture, but that's totally fine. That's it for now. This is Jim Jam with the Is It Isekai podcast, one of the co-hosts. This is spoiler warning. Hopefully you've been spoiled. We will give this a 9 monsters out of 8 for 9 monsters out from under your cloak. 9 monsters hiding under a cloak of a oppa lady monster, which is very confusing. Yeah, she's in here. Yep, that one right there. She just has all kind of stuff going on underneath there. Yep, right there. Her head's there, and yeah, that's a thing. Totally makes sense. That's all for now. Bye.